We'll just test the audio.
Okay.
I can do a bit on the other side. What do you think this side?
Does it look better?
No, you're saying that. Will always look good. Always look good. Chill though, Liz. I want you to do a chill set. Doesn't matter, yeah, work it out that way. Yeah, work out, seeing your roads.
Change it.
What do you mean?
Change the rear.
Buy a new one?
Change the rear to 720.
I could try doing that, that might work. So the legs are still on in one piece. How was that, Natasha? The first horse category?
At first I didn't want to do it. I was at the top of the doy and we started. I was like, nah, this sucks, but I was just going a bit hard.
Yeah, we dropped the power down.
Just had to chill.
Yeah.
And just focus on pedaling.
Yeah.
And try not to think about too much else.
Yeah, limit time distance remaining.
I think it was good. I didn't have the Brian on there looking at the distance.
Yeah.
Then I'd constantly be thinking about that.
Yeah.
But when you told me we were at the top, I was like, okay.
Yeah, like you weren't even puffing.
I mean, I wasn't puffing, but because my knees were hurting, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to thrash them.
Knees hurting because Natasha rode my bike at the start. I wasn't used to it because I had some problems. So I was trying to calculate the power meter. And how was the gearing, the 4630?
I would have liked an easy gear.
An easier, yeah. That just goes to show.
Just one.
Yeah, so we've got lightweight climbers like Natasha with a 30, 32 in the back, still probably like a 34, 36 in the back even. So bike manufacturers putting a 34, 28, it's just not really adequate.
Why?
Yeah.
I think trying to make it hard for people.
Too hard. I mean, you're fit, you're carved up, you're very young. You know, put a 50-year-old woman on a bike who's not much fitness, who's maybe extra 20, 30 kilos heavier than you, and she's going to really struggle. Yeah. And not really motivated to be motivated at all. Good work.
Thank you.
Good work.
Is the proof there? People say cycling makes your legs big. No, cycling makes your legs leaner, especially if you're eating high carb, low fat. That's just definitely a secret. You get the lean leg look. Even if your legs are very muscular, you'll still strip off the extra fat and extra fluid on there. You'll strip it right off and you'll be left with just bone, skin, muscle, tendon and tissue because the lymph system's just getting flushed. You know, look at my legs. There's just no fat there at all. There's just lean tissue. And they're quite slim legs. They're quite small legs despite all those kilometers. So anyone says cycling makes your legs big, then just point to my legs. My legs aren't that big at all, but they're very lean from high carb, low fat diet and no restriction. I don't restrict. I don't do any intermittent fasting or any fad diets or whatever. I just eat healthy every meal, carb the fuck up, keep it low fat. And that's just long-term, consistent results. Anyone can do it.
Action.
Sugar is so important for every athlete. I was on the net the other day and I see this advertisement come up for the low-carb athlete. And how good that could be, and there was a picture of a cyclist on there. I was just like, well, that is just the biggest fraud.
Yeah.
Like this smoothie, just having a few sips coming up here, I really felt that kick. Like it really got me up here.
Because yeah, your brain runs.
Feeling pretty good.
Brain runs on glucose.
Yeah, and just the legs, like I felt an instant change just in about 10 seconds.
Yeah. There's this gun triathlete called Lionel Sanders, and he just put up a video yesterday. It's causing a bit of a stir, and he just says he's trying to eat vegan. He didn't eat enough before a race.
He's not doing keto vegan.
No. He's carving up. He didn't eat enough, and he acknowledged that his muscles didn't have enough sugar in there, and he did a poor performance. So you got these world-class athletes who are obviously on top pharmaceuticals or whatever, but they're still the carbohydrate's still vital. still vital. So people out there who are amateurs trying to do low carb, it's
yeah.
impossible. It's absolutely impossible.
And it's so easy to undereat on sugar.
Yeah, it is.
Just chuck a bottle of normal water and a bottle of sugar water on your bike.
Yeah. And I challenge anyone out there, $50,000, race me out here in Chiang Mai, Doi Pui. If you can beat me in ketosis, I'll give you $50,000. If I beat you, you give me 50 grand. So put the word out there. All the champ athletes out there who claim low carb, we'll put you on a strict diet regime for the week beforehand. We'll test you that morning, we'll test you every day, we'll test you every few hours during that week period, and you race me up Doi Pui, and if you beat me, 50,000 US. Put the word out there. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, make sure you have your sugar before you feel the hunger come on the bike, because then it takes longer for your body to process it, and it's harder on yourself.
And it will suck, won't it? It'll just be like
it'll suck.
floundering. It could be dangerous because you might have a crash not paying attention.
Yeah, dangerous, and you end up just liking it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I've seen so many crashes from people not being hydrated or carved up and just like losing concentration and just hit the wheel in front or hit a pothole. Bye-bye teeth.
Bye-bye. I've got full salt crust in my eyebrows, on my stomach, on my chest, so it means I got a really good lymph pump. Even with the mic?
Yeah. This is really good. Salt?
Yes, the salt crust.
Salties.
Salties.
Natasha, what were you saying about salt?
Yeah, so I was saying I feel it all over my face, and at first I was a little bit concerned. I was like, does this mean I'm getting a bit dehydrated? But it's just a really deep lymph pump, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I've
noticed. So it's all salt coming out from previous days, or like what's the deal?
I find that if I do a hard race, like time trial or a running race, I haven't done it for a while, so you get extra crusty salt on your body, so you get a really deep lymph.
Yes.
Or if I do a really hard 200 or 400k ride, go really deep, go hard, you get this extra crazy pump, and you get this extra crazy lean gains.
Yeah, and I guess it makes sense because that was my longest climb ever.
So yeah, you get a mad pump, mad lymph cleanse.
But yeah, I'm really glad to be doing these climbs, because I guess when I go back to Adelaide, Norns and that's going to be a breeze.
Yeah, it's give you good context, contrast.
Yeah. So I'm keen for that.
Yeah, good.
Keen to get fitter.
Yeah, you are. You get fitter for doing this. It's very good. So if you do actually see extra salt in your body and your straps, your helmets, and your back, it just means you had a really good pump. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to go smashing heaps of salt, but it just means that you make sure you're hydrated and keep carbon up, and you don't have to add excess salt to your food. Just eat your normal.
You don't, but don't be so obsessive and think this has a little bit much salt, because I see people freaking out over salt, but it's fat that we need to be conscious of.
Bingo. Or if you have high blood pressure, then keep salt low. But for everyone else, don't worry about it.
Yeah, if you're a healthy weight and active, salt isn't a worry.
Not a worry at all.
Here we have a couple of this guy in the black t-shirt talking about, he said carbohydrates make you fat, and vegans don't get enough protein. He rode a motorbike up the hill. So there you go. There you go.
Loud and proud.
So that was my first Hall category climb.
What does Hall category mean, Natasha?
Hall category means it's the hardest category of climb in cycling.
So,
I didn't know that until a few minutes ago. I was like, Holly, did you just say Hall category? So where does that word come from?
It's a French word for beyond horse, H-O-R-S, so it's beyond Cat 1.
Yeah,
It's the
gotcha.
hardest that you can get. And you do really well.
Thank you. Yeah, so at first I was thinking, yeah, this sucks, my knees are hurting a bit, but I was just pushing too hard too early on, so I felt that at the top of Doi Satep. So I chilled, I brought back the watts and just focus on pedaling, try not to think about the top too much, just in the moment, and
stay present.
Yeah,
enjoy.
Stay present, and then once I got there I was thinking, that was pretty good.
Yeah, you're like, is this the top, really? Yeah,
I didn't expect it to be. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that's how it's done. And what sort of, you had the gearing?
Yes.
Talk about your gearing. How do you felt with that?
I would have liked one easier gear up some of those really steep parts, but for the most part it was fine.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, today you probably need to be one easier gear, but I think if you do it a few times, you'll get the hang of it.
True.
As your fitness goes up more and more and more.
Exactly.
Very well done. And so have some smoothie and head down.
Yeah, and I just want to make a quick note on how important sugar is for all athletes.
For everybody.
For everybody, yeah. I was on the net a few days ago and I see this advertisement for the low carb athlete. It was this book. I was just thinking how freaking ridiculous. What an absolute fraud. Anyone who buys that, just that misleading information, it's so wrong.
Sad.
How can authors write that shit? Like, I'm not sure if the authors know it's bullshit or if they're just trying to make a quick buck because they know that that's what's trending right now, or...
Yeah, it's trending.
Yeah.
Sad.
But yeah, I was so thankful I had that smoothie on the bike. Like, just having a few sips, I could feel within a few seconds that my legs were pumping better.
Motivation goes up.
Yeah, it does. And make sure you have your sugar before you feel hunger, because then it's going to be harder for your body to process it and you'll get more fatigue.
Yeah, you go into recovery zone a lot quicker. You go into recovery mode and shut down a lot quicker.
So always sipping.
Eat before you're hungry, drink before you're thirsty.
Exactly.
Secret to fitness. Secret to leanness.
Yeah.
So when you woke up this morning, Natasha, did you want to do the hardest, longest climb of your life?
No, I did not. I first woke up at 6:50. I was like, I'm going back to sleep for a bit. So I dozed until 8:15 or something. And then I was just feeling drowsy, out of it, and I was still half asleep when I started the doy.
Did you have a few cups of coffee to wake up?
No, I didn't. I had a cup of water and 4 little dry bananas.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And there was issues with my power meter, so Harley said, I'll catch up with you. And I sort of wanted to see how far I could get before he caught up to me, so that was a bit of a mental motivation there.
Yeah, because I had to turn on the afterburners to catch on up. Very good, very good. So yeah, that's a good lesson that you might wake up not feeling it, but it doesn't mean you can't do.
I think unless you're dead sick, then just start out and just start easy. Don't push yourself really hard at the beginning, and then see how you're feeling after. How long do you reckon?
About half an hour.
About half an hour. Yeah. And then by half an hour, it's still pretty good workout you got in.
Yeah.
You know, something is better than nothing.
Yeah, I learned that from Jackie Gallagher back in 2001 at AIS. I said to Jackie, she was a gun triathlete of the era. I said, how do you know if you should go home or not? You know, and she said, I just go out for half an hour.
Yeah.
And if I'm not feeling after half an hour, head home.
Yeah.
Back to bed. So do the half-hour test.
I think that's a good template.
Very good template. But yeah, you're not going to wake up king of the world. Yeah. Especially if you had a big dinner. I find if you had a big dinner, you wake up a little bit more just relaxed and chill.
And especially yesterday, I was feeling pretty out of it because I had a lot of it during the day before. And I was really feeling it. I was just sitting down. I was dozing off. So.
Yeah, during his like chill out.
It's not a performance food, but I love it so much.
Yeah, definitely. All right, very good.